Fear not, denizens, parade is here, aka the bringer of rain, aka father of the sea and sun, aka king of the core. And today we're talking about X-Men 97. I just watched the finale. It aired today, technically midnight. I watched it this afternoon. And I just want to kind of get my thoughts out there about X-Men 97 as a whole before we do, let's say, me and Eli at the Fan Awakens or someone of X-Men caliber fandom want to do a full review. But I want to share my initial thoughts. That's what I'm going to do today. My initial thoughts on the show. Now, let's preface who I am as a Marvel fan. I am old enough where I watched the X-Men 90s cartoons. I don't remember them very clearly, and I haven't gone and rewatched them. Shout out to New Rockstars. I have watched recaps of the old shows and what's important going into the show. I am a big MCU fan. I've watched all of them in the theater. I thoroughly enjoy them. I actually really like this phase. I know it's not as strong as previous phases, but I'm a big MCU fan. I know these characters. I catch the cameos. Spoilers for X-Men season, by the way. If you're watching this, full-on spoiler alert. We're talking about the whole season as a whole, so if you haven't watched it yet, please leave now, but please come back, like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay. This show is fantastic. I was telling my nephew, Nejon, you've seen him on this channel, that this show is doing things that I haven't seen in the MCU. Meaning, they're just jumping right in, like, you know the characters already. We've had these characters for 30 years and more. Comic books, movies. We know these characters. We've seen the Phoenix like bajillion times. We're very familiar. But what I like is they go into deep dives about the characters and show us conflicts that we haven't seen before. One being Jean Grey is cloned. And I love when she catches Madeline and Scott talking psychically to each other. And she's like, this is not happening. I can't believe you guys are doing this behind my back kind of thing. And then she tells Scott, she's like, Sinister took a part of me and you fell in love with it. You know, what is going on? And Scott is like, she's the mother of my child. I thought she was you. I love that. That's fantastic. I really like the animation. The fight scenes are great. The storylines are great. And it moves at a fast clip. Even though we're waiting week to week, I'm ready to watch it day of. If I couldn't. But when I'm watching it, I'm in. I'm having a great time. I'm smiling. I'm having fun. And this is really... I don't want to be that guy, but this is definitely helping out the MCU in a way, even though this isn't Sacred Timeline. We know this is not Sacred Timeline because they showed Doom, they showed Captain America, they showed Iron Man in the Sacred Timeline. Captain America's still frozen. Iron Man is an Iron Man in the 90s, so this is not Sacred Timeline. So they're going to mess around with this. I think we'll see something in Deadpool and the Wolverine. I think we'll see something in Secret Wars, tying this story to the MCU. But very cool, very, very cool show. Remember It. Oh my gosh, when Remember It dropped, shout out to Boog. He hit me up and he's like, did you watch that episode? I said, I haven't watched it yet. I'm getting to it. And man, when I watched it, I had texted him back. I was like, bro, that was insane. And then we got, was it Tolerance Part 1? Where Rogue is just knocking heads and drops Trask and she's like murdering this man. And then he's a Sentinel. And then all of a sudden we got like Sentinel zombies and stuff. Dude, the show was wild. And then... I thought we were going to get Onslaught. We didn't get Onslaught. Magneto, Xavier, and him just kind of shattering him. And, you know, I figured the Phoenix was coming back when Cable just blasted Jean Grey literally out of the water. The show is giving us so much cool stuff. All the cameos we've seen. Silver Samurai, Peter Parker from the Fox show, Mary Jane, Omega Red, Doom, just like Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger, super, super crazy cameos. But boy, oh boy, this show is awesome. And to have another season of it, they call it X-Men 98, that'd be wild if it's called X-Men 98, or X-Men 97 season 2. is probably what it'll be. But oh my gosh, they give us so much good stuff. And I really hope when you guys watch this, you didn't skip the intros, because the intros had so many good Easter eggs of them remaking clips from the old 90s show and kind of giving hints on what was going to happen in the episode. And then changing around, like when Storm was gone, she was out of it. She was pulled out of the intro. Xavier was pulled out of the intro. Magneto was put in, then taken out. So like there was a lot of cool stuff to be seen, and saying, hey, you guys need to watch the intro. I think Marvel Studios is like, hey, you guys got to watch this show. It just hit on so many check boxes across the board. Like I think my favorite thing is actually the fight scenes. A lot of MCU stuff I don't think have great fight choreography outside of Shang-Chi and Winter Soldier. The fight choreography in this was like anime style stuff. Watching Cyclops use his optic beams to kind of slide and move around in battle was awesome. When the Blackbird goes down, everyone's catching everybody, and Cyclops is like, cool, we're good to go. I'm going to optic beam down to the ground to slow down my fall. It was amazing. So I'm like, Cyclops is dope. Like they used his and most of everybody's abilities really well. I think Wolverine took a backseat a little bit, Beast too, but I think they got a lot of, again, didn't watch the 90s in a while, but I remember being a lot of focus of Wolverine. I mean, we get so much Wolverine stuff in the movies too. And we're going to get more in Deadpool and Wolverine. So hopefully if you're a big Wolverine fan, you're not too bummed that we don't get Wolverine here, but the show's excellent. I think the writing, again, I'm a very much narrative storytelling person. I think the writing here is excellent. I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea, because like if you don't want to see like politics in your Marvel stuff, if you don't want to have those heavy questions laid on you, I could see why this isn't your show. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think this is some of the best Marvel MCU stuff we've gotten in a while. And I hope you're not sleeping on it. I hope you're tuning in. And now you can binge it. And this is one of the few shows that I'll probably go back and binge, because I was watching it with my family. They weren't all caught up. So I was like, hey, let's watch a few episodes while I'm hanging out. And man, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Even just like going back to Gambit and Rogue not being able to be physical with each other. And then introducing Magneto and Rogue. Like they had a relationship. That was wild. And then even her turning and going with Magneto, and it's like, Geonosis is a cool place. Like there's so much cool stuff in the show. I can't even touch on everything. But Marvel, keep doing this. Excellent. I think this makes me more excited for Deadpool and the Wolverine. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this. I would love to do a full on, not an episode by episode, but a full more season review of this show. But I don't know if you guys want to see that. So please let me know if that's something you guys want to tune into. Let other people know that I do this thing. And check out raincoreclothing.com. That is the place where you can support me in this channel, where I make cool shirts. If we want an X-Men shirt, I can make an X-Men shirt. If you want a Deadpool shirt, let's make a Deadpool shirt. So support me there. Support me on Instagram. I don't plug that enough. Parade Rainer is my personal, and Raincore is where we do updates for the shirts and the podcasts and the reviews and all that good stuff. So thank you so much. Sorry I'm hitting the table a lot. That's something I need to figure out how to not do anymore. But I appreciate you guys being here. Again, like, share, subscribe, share with somebody. And I think you guys are awesome. But that being said, I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. Punch it, Chewie. Boom! Bye, guys.